welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video we're going to be going through my very early AFL top 8 season predictions for season 2023. I haven't done this video before. Like, usually I only do the pre-season predictions, which are uploaded in February, March, just before the season starts. I've never actually done a really early one. It's still bloody November, the year before the season starts. So we're going to rip into some predictions for the top 8 today, and then maybe over the off season a bit more we'll get into the entire ladder, see if I change up my positions and also add in the Brownlow medalists and all the medal winners as well. However, today it'll just be my top 8 predictions for the season. Do go on to enjoy today's video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we'll get straight into it. So, a top 8 which I have thrown a lot of piss take into. I feel like it's not a very genuine top 8, but it's a very out there top 8. So, without further ado, we'll get straight into it. Starting off with 8th position, I've decided to go with the Brisbane Lions. Now, the Lions, well, I just feel like they're not there. I just don't think they're there. I feel like we've been counting on them a bit too much over the past few years. Like, yes, their list is incredible, but they're just not making the most of it. Finishing 6th this year, dropping out of the top 4, and finishing 6th, like, I would have thought Brisbane would have finished top 2 at the start of the season, and I just feel like they're slowly on the decline, the Brizzy Lions, and we all thought they were going to win a grand final in the past few years, but they just haven't shown the urgency when it comes to finals footy to be able to do so. Obviously this year they were quite consistent with the finals results. They were able to get a couple wins as well in the final series, but then got absolutely smashed by the Cats. Got a bit of a reality check in the prelim finals. So I'm going to chuck them in 8th coming into season 2023. Moving on to 7th position now. This is where we get a little bit controversial and just a piss take. For 7th, I've gone with the Gold Coast Suns. Look, the Suns, I just feel like surely there's something coming up. There's got to be something coming up for the Suns, and maybe that is now. Maybe that is now. They've been on the rise for the past few years. The rebuild is slowly increasing year after year, and they had a pretty high finish in, what was it, 11th or 12th last this year, should I say? And I don't know. I feel like they're just so close to just like bursting out. Oh, that sounds fucking bad. And I reckon this year is going to be the year that the Suns do get it done, get into the top 8, and finally play finals for their first time in history. So I'm going to chuck them in 7th for a bit of a piss take, but obviously this will probably change in my preseason predictions when we do this into March. Coming into 6th on the 2023 ladder, I've decided to put the Richmond Tigers. You know, we've been writing them off past few years, but genuinely they're just not going anywhere. They just always seem to play in the top 8, but I feel like if there's any year that they drop out of the 8, it's probably season 2023. However, because of their consistency in top 8 placements in the past like five years, I'm going to chuck them in the 8 again, finishing 6th, so not too high, but also just like being there, just a team that sort of always reserves a spot in the top 8. I feel like their playing style's getting a bit old, and they might need to adapt into a few new playing styles, but apart from that, look, the club is holding up pretty bloody well and playing finals once again this year. Obviously eliminated in the first week of finals against the Brisbane Lions up at the Gabba in a Joe Danaher last minute goal. Was insane to see. But I reckon 6 on the ladder is a nice placement for the Tigers. Moving on to another one which is a bit of a piss take, but also there's always a smoky that comes into the 8, which no one bloody expects them to. So, I'm going to put the Hawthorn Hawks in 5th position, obviously picking up Tom Mitchell. Now, obviously, he won't just change. I'm so fucking stupid. Now, the Hawks, well, I don't know about them. They haven't made finals since 2018, I believe. Who knows? I'm just going to pick him as a smoky, as a random guess to jump into the 8, to jump into the top 5 as well. There's always a smoky that goes into pretty high up the ladder. However, obviously they will probably finish outside the 8 and get absolutely thumped next year, but why not a bit of a piss take and pop them in 5th? Moving into my top 4 predictions, well, probably not predictions, but just bit of a piss take call. I've gone 4th. Once again, as I said before, there's always a smoky that rises into the top 4 and top 8. Now, Carlton, if it's not this year, then when is it going to bloody happen? Their fans and everyone's been saying, like, since 5 years ago, they're like, this year's the year, we're making finals, we're going all the way. And 5 years later, they haven't made the finals bloody once, so I don't know what they're bloody talking about. Honestly, just got to fill up a top 4 placement with a bit of a smoky and a bit of a call that not many people will predict, obviously finishing 9th after being in the 8th after every single round of the year. Can you believe that? Carlton, in every single round of the year, were in the top 8 apart from round 23. Moving on to 3rd, we have got the Fremantle Dockers, my boys, hopping into the top 4. How exciting would that be to see the Dockers play in the 3rd position? Just, I don't know, there's something just switched this year. We hit a bloody light switch and we were on for majority of the season. A few games we dropped here and there that we probably shouldn't have. But apart from that, look, this year we can only take out bloody positives. It was really good. Everything was just so clean. Such a satisfying game style to watch, which I haven't been able to witness in years for the Dockers. And finals footy was back and obviously beat the Dogs in that ripping final. I just couldn't believe that. That was absolutely crazy. I'm going to chuck us in 3rd because I feel like we are just on the rise, and I reckon 2023 to 2028, I reckon we'll pick up a flag. So, look, I reckon there's only up from here. There's genuinely only up from here. We are in a really good state at the moment. 2nd position, we've got the minor premiers in the Geelong Cats. Now, look, when you win the premiership the next year, you don't finish top of the table. So I put them second best in 2nd position. So one off winning the minor premiership, obviously off the back of a brilliant season. Now, obviously losing their captain Joel Selwood could probably spike a bit of a downfall in terms of just the mindset and the quality of footy the club plays. Without Joel Selwood there, it's going to be a whole different vibe. And yeah, whole different group pretty much without him. I'm going to chuck him in 2nd though. Coming off the back of the premiership, you can't really place a team who's just won a premiership outside the top 4. So I'm going to chuck him in 2nd. 1st position, I've gone with the Collingwood Magpies. And look, I just feel like this club is about to show something big. They obviously proved everybody wrong in season 2022 when everyone was predicting them bottom of the ladder, wooden spooners, bottom 4, and they came out of nowhere, shocked the entirety of the footy world, and finished in the top 4. They just kept on winning game after game. They only dropped 1 in about 14 rounds, which was obviously against Sydney at the SCG, who broke their streak pretty late towards the end of the season. But seriously, Collingwood are just something special. Everything is just perfect. The chemistry's perfect. The club's perfect. New inclusions, Tom Mitchell is just gonna rise the club even more. Genuinely, they are destined for greatness, the Collingwood Football Club, and I reckon this year they could go all the way in season 2023. That's going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We are so close to the bloody 5k, so if you haven't already, subscribe. Obviously, the content's been flowing out quite frequently throughout the week, so coming to the end of the year, coming to the holidays, we are going to be absolutely pumping out the uploads. It's going to be great quality content, so make sure to subscribe. Turn on the post notifications so you don't miss an upload, and I'll catch you all in my next video.